Glad you could join us back to where it's all happening, here in Washington, D.C., where what happens affects everybody in America and the world.
And we are happy that we have so many talented Arab Americans that travel from all over America to join us. And now today, all the way from California, we have the very talented artist, Kinda Hibrawi.
Hi, Kinda.
Hi, Kinda. Thanks for having us.
Thank you for having me.
The big question that we all have for you, Crayolas or markers?
I'm impartial to both. It depends on my mood.
How was your exhibit yesterday at the Jerusalem Fund Gallery?
It was really wonderful. I mean, I'm thrilled to be showing there, and I had Susan there, which was wonderful to have you at the reception, and Ahmed, of course. And,
it was great.
You know, it's just nice to be able to share my East Coast debut, you know, really at the Jerusalem Fund.
Was there a good positive reception to your art, or was everyone like, oh, what is this?
No, it was fantastic. Honestly, I couldn't have asked for a better crowd. Everyone was really supportive, and not just Arabs, of course. There's Americans and Europeans, and so that's always wonderful to see as well.
Well, I've checked out your artwork on your website, and I think it's absolutely beautiful. And you have a lot of interesting backgrounds. You're Syrian, but you were raised in Saudi Arabia. You now live in the States. How does that all kind of combine to form your art or inspire your art?
Definitely. I mean, I spent my childhood in the Middle East and my adulthood in the U.S. I came out here 10 years ago for college, and I mean, that's really my work. What it's about is being an Arab American, and I try and portray that as much as I can in my work by being influenced by tradition as well as modern, and so I'm blessed to have access to both worlds, really.
I was just going to say, I mean, I love talking about art, but more so I like to see it. So I know you have a couple of
Yes.
pictures for us. Can we take a look? They're beautiful, and I just...
Well, these are lithographs, what is called a limited edition run. So the original paintings, they're basically high-end copies of original paintings. They're on watercolor paper.
How big do your paintings get? So something like this.
So this one is actually in the permanent collection at the Arab American Museum. It's 36 by 36 inches square, and this lithograph is very significant because I created it 2006 for UNICEF when the Israeli-Lebanese war took place last year, and raised money for UNICEF through this print.
Yeah, please talk about that. I know you were able to raise over $7,000 for Lebanese children.
Yeah, I'm really proud of that, and very significant for me. I spent my freshman year in college at the Lebanese American University there. So when, you know, significantly when I saw the bombing of the airport, that really, you know, hit hard for me.
Can you hold up the second painting for the camera?
The second piece.
Yeah, not to interrupt what you were saying.
What you're talking about.
Yeah, the second piece, to digress a bit, is Asma Allah al-Husna, which is the 99 names of God. It's been repeated several times, and again, this original piece is for a collector. Private collector, and this print is sold online, so anyone can buy it.
Was this in the exhibit?
This was in the exhibit, yes.
What would you describe your main theme for this exhibit?
It was a lot of focusing on the positive verse in Arabic. I really tried to celebrate the Arabic language. I think it's a beautiful language, passionate, romantic, and you know, for me, celebrating it through color and movement is the best way to express it. That's what I try to do.
What's so fascinating about it is it really reminds me of the great tradition of most, you know, Islamic art, and the way that it stylizes the language and the alphabet and verses from the Quran and stuff. So when I see your take on that, or your reinterpretation of that, it brings together like very modernistic painting styles, you know, and the colors you use, to me, are very Californian, right. You know, very Southern Californian. So it's really kind of, they're almost an autobiography of you. Maybe you could talk about some of the paintings that are actually coming up on the screen.
Yes, absolutely. This painting is al-Haq, which means the truth in English, translates to English, the truth. And again, you know, I really try and focus on the script and color and movement, and ni'mah, which means the blessing. Yeah, exactly. That's a little close-up thumbnail, I believe.
Extreme close-up.
Extreme close-up. It's a small piece of a big painting. That one was on exhibit yesterday at the reception. تفاءلوا بخيري تجدوه, which is repeated several times throughout the painting.
I love that. Be
Written very small.
Be optimistic and see.
Exactly.
And the colors, too, they're so vibrant and positive also. Yeah.
Color.
Kinda, we talked a little bit before you came on about Arabic calligraphy and the art of it, because Will did mention that you do have a modern take, but it was very important to get down the foundation because there's a science to it, and a lot of people don't know about that. Can you talk about that and your study, where you studied? Because you studied in California, but you actually went somewhere else to study Arabic calligraphy.
Absolutely. There is a very distinct science to Arabic calligraphy, and it's very particular in its rules, the way you write it. I had the honor of studying with a khattat, which is a calligrapher, master calligrapher in Syria. When I was young, Halab. I'm from Halab, so I studied with a Halabi khattat, and I practiced every day, pen and ink, old school fashion style. So I had to grasp the basics of the calligraphy in order to evolve into the modern, basically.
You always have to master.
You have to, yeah, you definitely have to. And there's such a perfectionism to it that you have to respect as well. And
has anyone criticized your art for being, I could see many different angles of criticism coming at you from, are you a terrorist to, are you defiling Arabic script or something like that? Maybe you could talk about some of the
Well, luckily, never gotten the terrorist part, so I'm grateful to say that. But I have definitely had people criticize it because it's so modern and it's so different and new that, anything that's new and different, people are going to have some type of controversy about it, especially people who are much more traditional in their Arabic thinking as far as calligraphy is meant to be seen. And as we all know, Arabic calligraphy is a male-dominated art form, and the reason being is it came from Islam, and it was very...
Just like the show.
Part of one real male-dominated. Well, good job.
I have a question. I have a question dash comment. I think the art is beautiful. Do you have any interest in fashion at all? Because I could see like the style of T-shirts that are coming out now, like from Urban Outfitters and all the stuff that, like, especially young Arab are wearing. It has like a lot of English calligraphy and that kind of thing. But I could see these big colorful shirts. Of course, tight-fitting with the hair gel. But evolving some of the images that you have, I think that would be a beautiful way to kind of take the art outside of the gallery and onto the street.
Well, there's a very big pro-Arab movement going on right now, I believe, in the U.S. in particular. And art is a universal language and speaks to everyone, and it breaks boundaries. And so it definitely can, go into fashion. I've actually been approached by a T-shirt company to start doing my artwork onto T-shirts, which is, really exciting because, again, you're promoting this awareness to other people about Arab culture and
the non-threatening means of getting it to them.
Yeah.
I want to talk about going back to the UNICEF painting. When you did this painting, which is actually showing behind you now, some people actually asked you, why are you raising money for Lebanese children? You're not Lebanese.
Yes.
Now, you kind of took offense to that, and just, talk about how, you think Arabs are fragmented. Why are we,
Yeah, it was actually really hurtful. I mean, I can't take it that personal because everyone is entitled to their opinions, clearly. But, we're Arab in the end, and it shouldn't really matter what country you're from, what part of the world, we should all unite together and represent. Absolutely. And, I have such amazing special friends in Lebanon, and even though I went to school there for about a year, I continuously go, and if I had, capabilities of helping out in some way or other, like through art, which is a very small way, but it's something, then I had to absolutely do it, yeah.
And you took a verse from a poem by Nizar Kabani, didn't you?
Yes.
And he's Syrian, too, so...
Yeah, he's Syrian, yeah.
Can you read it for us?
Yeah, this one is قومي من تحت الردم كزهرة لوز في نيسان, which translates rise from under the rubble like the almond flowers in April, which is a famous song by Beirut. Yeah, by Majda Rumi, exactly. Ya Beirut, Ya Sitt al-Dunya. And when I initially started, I started really with an email campaign and kind of put an email together, and I attached the song to it, and I attached, where you could buy the print from. And I still get people now, even a year later, purchasing, the Lebanon print.
Would you say it's a visual representation